This video has been funded in part by the Guild via Patreon. Check out the links in the description or at the end of this video for more details.
Hello everybody, my name is Chris Gildart, and welcome to the new setup. This is going to be my live setup going forward for videos, so I hope you enjoy it. I've actually been working very hard on expanding the Warriors collection, so, you know, I wanted to show it off. It's actually not too different from my old setup. My computer's actually just over to the right here. But anyways, this video is not to talk about my new setup. It's actually to talk about the demo for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which we got on June 8th. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting this to receive a demo, so I'm quite pleased to see it. Not only that, the demo is quite hefty to boot. You're also able to carry over your save file to the full game, so if you're looking for a demo that's able to give you lots of playtime while you either wait for 3 Hopes to release, or maybe you just don't have the funds currently and you're looking to scratch that itch right now, well, there's a reason it took me so much longer to get this video out as opposed to Token Rambu Warriors. I spent probably the same amount of time on this demo as I would on a shorter mini review. I took the time to play through all of the routes available in the demo. Yes, there are routes in a demo, and I am here to tell you what that was like. Let's start things off with what you can experience with the story and progression of the demo. I will say that there may be some slight spoilers to not only 3 Hopes, but also to 3 Houses, so be aware of that. Starting things off, we have this nice cinematic opening showing us the war that took place prior to this game's story. It's nice to show the scale of battles we're potentially in for. After this, it cuts to your friend and fellow mercenary waking you up. This is where you can choose how you'd like the main character to look and what you'd like your name to be. I started things off as a female and kept the name as Shez. Don't worry though, there doesn't seem to be any special dialogue or anything if you keep the default name. This game is also completely voiced in English, which is a pleasant return. I didn't doubt this would have English because the last Fire Emblem Warriors had it, as well as 3 Houses and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Anyways, your friend says you're going up against Geralt and the Ashen Demon. This is also where you get to choose the look and name for Byleth. Again, I kept with female and the default name for my main playthrough, which I will be carrying over to the full game. The first stage serves as a great tutorial for basic controls. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. The leader of your bandit group finds themselves fighting against Byleth, and there's nothing you can do to save her. When the gates open up, you are greeted by the Ashen Demon themselves. This is one of those scripted fights where you can't die nor can you kill Byleth. Eventually, you're given a cutscene of your character and Byleth duking it out. What's nice is that no matter what pairing you choose for Shez and Byleth, you will still get the exact same cutscene. That is a pretty cool attention to detail. This is where Shez finds a new power thanks to Arval, a mystical being who, from what I can tell, serves as a parallel to Sothis in 3 Houses. This power isn't enough to finish off Byleth and Geralt's army, but they retreat and you fall asleep. The game gives us a bit of a conversation with Arval, and we awaken to the 3 leaders on a mission. They run into Shez while trying to find a group of bandits led by Costas. This is where the nitty-gritty tutorial comes into play, and we learn about switching and commanding characters. This is also where we get to try out Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. After the battle, we find out who we've been fighting with, and Alois invites you back to the base to sleep for the night. You have the option to decline the offer, but this is one of those fake options. You actually can't decline and go back to your life as a mercenary and search for Geralt and Byleth. This is where you get to walk around the base and talk to everyone. You can speak with every character of each of the 3 Houses, except Bernadette, who is likely living her best life. You are given some options with each character's dialogue, and depending on what you choose, it can get an early step towards building your relationships with them. After speaking with everyone, you go to Alois, who strong-arms you into going back to the church with them because you won't get paid if you don't. This is also where I feel it would have been a perfect time to end the demo, but we're only getting started. Look at that timeline down there. We're not even close. When you get to the church, you are given an offer. Instead of the story leading the exact same way as 3 Houses, you're given a position as a student of the academy instead of a teacher. Now, narratively, this is provided to you as an offer, which, similar to going back to the camp with the others, you can't decline. You're actually only given the one option, so maybe this changes in the actual game or with a DLC path. You are, however, actually given a choice from here. You can choose which of the 3 Houses you want to join. Obviously, I joined the Black Eagles, and it's not because my favorite color is red, nor is it because it's the first choice that loads when you're given the option, nor is it because, in my opinion, the Black Eagles has the best story of the 3 routes in the original game.
It's because it has the best waifus. You are then introduced to the three professors, Manuela, Yuritsa, and Hanneman. What is disappointing is that no matter which house you choose, you are always paired with Yuritsa. This does, however, lead to the next mission. After introductions with your other classmates, you're told that you're going on a mission to take out some bandits who have taken over a castle. You don't get to choose who you take into this mission, but you are given some variety based on the house. You are always given Shez with their swords, an axe wielder, and a spear wielder. The fourth party member for both Blue Lions and Golden Deers is an archer, while for the Black Eagles, it's a mage. This mission lets you in on how to pair up with other characters and swap on the fly. As you reach the initial destination inside the castle, you find Monica, who has been captured by the bandits. This is where you kind of go off the path of what was expected for the mission. As you try to escape, you encounter Kronya, who after defeat calls out a demon for you to take on. This is a fun encounter because it encourages you to switch up your characters in order to take it out. After this, you're actually introduced to Monica, who joins you if you're playing as the Black Eagles. Here, it's also revealed that Tomas, the librarian, was the one who kidnapped Monica. When you return to the church, the Knights of Saros go to apprehend Tomas, who transforms and disappears. This is the last event that stays the same no matter which house you pick. For the next mission, the Black Eagles go to take on Edelgard's uncle and the current leader of the Empire. The Blue Lions go to fight Dimitri's uncle, who has declared war on Fodlan, and the Golden Deers go to the land of the Alliance and fight off an invasion from a neighboring territory. In both Black Eagles and Blue Lions story, you beat the uncle and their army, and the leader of the house is declared as the leader of their respective lands. For the Golden Deer, you fight off the neighboring territory and peace is upkept. This would be yet another great place to end the demo, but we're given even more to play. Seriously, this demo gives some games a run for their money for how much content we're given. We now move on to the time skip, which is now 2 years later as opposed to the Three Houses' 5-year time skip. Edelgard becomes the Emperor of Adrestia and declares war on the Central Church. Dimitri is now the King of Fargus and is called to help protect the church. Claude has become a high member of the Alliance and has been in many meetings trying to figure out where they stand and how to best tackle the coming war. All three parties seem to be leading their army towards the church for one reason or another. After being given the rundown of the story thus far, you then go through 3 side missions and learn more about the game's mechanics. The final battle of this chapter, the one at the church, is blocked off, and this is finally where the demo ends. Whew. This is a lot to go over story-wise and should give you lots to do until the game is finally released on June 24th. Overall, I'm really liking the story. I'm still Team Black Eagles after playing through all 3 paths available in the demo, but it's cool to have the background on where the other 2 houses are. I really do think that the perfect time to stop the demo, as far as it being a demo, would have been just before you go to the church and pick a house. Instead, I wouldn't necessarily think of this as a demo and more as a free-to-play prologue to the full game. That being said, we don't really get to see the end of the prologue because the battle at the church's doorstep is held for the full release. I do think that everything happens way too fast. The time skip happens so suddenly where it takes a lot of time before we get to the time skip in 3 houses. Either way, I'm excited to dive further into the story, but there is one thing that I need to talk about that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is the gameplay. Already right off the bat, I am so happy with the way this game plays out. Though I didn't mind the smaller stages of the recent Token Rambu Warriors, it didn't really feel like a Warriors game made by Omega Force. Three Hopes has some pretty large maps that I would say I even got lost in a couple of times. Combat is exactly what you'd expect coming directly from the first Fire Emblem Warriors. Each character has a class and you can pair 2 characters together. Each class is strong or weak against other classes, so pairing 2 different classes together is the best approach. After the time skip, you can also choose the classes for your characters, meaning if you don't like the fact that Hubert is a mage and you think he'd be better as an archer, you can go right ahead and make that change. This does lead to something that I know will get on people's nerves, and it's that this means that your moveset is based on your class, not your character. Some classes even have the same moveset, such as the Myrmidon and the Mercenary when equipped with a sword. I am curious how many movesets in total we'll have in the full game after we've unlocked all classes in the game. Running around the base isn't quite as satisfying as running around the monastery as Byleth in Three Houses. I don't know if it's the speed of running around, the running animation, how close the camera is to Shez, or the combination of it all, but it doesn't feel as natural. That being said, once you're able to run around, you may find documents laying about, which you know I went searching for these the moment I knew they existed. In my searches, I also found that you can zoom in for a first-person view. You can't walk around like this, but you can look at cats, so this game gets an instant 10 out of 10 for me. You can also change costumes at your tent, which is nice. You can choose to change their outfits in the camp or in battle. In camp, you can choose between the war outfit or the academy outfit. For battle, you can choose whether they match the camp outfit, be their unique war outfit, or match their class. This is a nice touch because it means if you're grinding out a character trying to master all of the classes, you can change their outfit up to keep things fresh. I do hope that we'll be able to see the 3 houses time skip outfits in the full game, even if it's just DLC. When you're selecting the different missions, I thought this would be similar to Age of Calamity, but you're given kind of a path that you go down in each chapter. After the chapter is completed, apparently you can't go back and complete side missions. I am hoping that post-game you can play through each chapter a la free mode, and I'm also hopeful that there is a way to unlock all of the characters for one save file, even if that means that I need to play New Game Plus a handful of times. All in all, I'm excited to get my hands on the full game, and you can bet your ass I'll be here with a mini review sometime after its release.
Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like and subscribe for more. Also, let me know your thoughts on the demo in the comments below. And if you'd like to help support the channel and what I do here, you can join the guild just like these awesome people that you're seeing on screen right now. You can join them at the end of every single video for just $1 a month over on Patreon. Or if you'd like to donate in a one-time fashion, you can join the volunteer unit over on Ko-fi. There are other awards and other tiers as well, so check out the links that you see on screen, and I will see you all down in the comments.